Fourth topic is comprehension passages. The shortest and the most easiest way to solve the passages. First one is read the question to understand the question. Normally it was advised to you in school and college life, read the passage, understand the passage, then read the question and try to solve the answer. But within the given time it is practically not possible. So we are following the other format, that is read the question to understand the question. If you refer the sample on page 4.6, the first question there was Sushma Ghosh says, I was pleasantly surprised. She was surprised because, without reading the passage, referring the line, Sushma Ghosh says, I was pleasantly surprised, we come to know that there is a particular person or a lady by the name of Sushma Ghosh, an event taking place in her life. As a result, she was surprised. Maybe the event that took place was happier event for her, hence it was a pleasant surprise. So this is the basic thing to do. First read the question, analyze the question to understand the question. Sushma Ghosh says, I was pleasantly surprised. Without reading the passage, we come to know a lady by the name of Sushma Ghosh, an event taking place in her life. As a result, she was surprised. Whatever the event has taken place, it has happened for her betterment, hence it was a pleasant surprise to her. Second one, the second step to be followed is underline the subject, object, verb and important words in the question. You will underline the subject, the object, the verb and the important words in the question. For your reference, if we take the same line, Sushma Ghosh says, I was pleasantly surprised. The subject is Sushma Ghosh, there is no object, the verb is says and the important word is pleasantly surprised. So we have underlined the subject, the object, the verb and the important words in the question. In the second point, there was no object, hence Sushma Ghosh is underlined, says is underlined, an important word pleasantly surprised is underlined. Then we refer on to the step 3, that is wherever you will find the verb and the important words. For example, here it was says and pleasantly surprised. So wherever you will find the important word, that is pleasantly surprised, within the passage the answer is in the same line, one line before it or one line after it. The one that we are referring, the line was, I was pleasantly surprised, she said. So answer can't be in the same line. It was not only delivered in a day but also installed immediately. The line after it, the particular sentence. So we can say the answer comes one line after the given line. That is, I was pleasantly surprised, she said, full stop. It was not only delivered in a day but also installed immediately. So this line comes after the given line. So we can say the answer is one line after the particular line. To confuse you in a particular question, they can take the help of a meaning. What I mean to say is, in the question, they may use a different word than the actual word given in the passage, but it can be a synonym of the given word. Fifth one, if you are asked to write the title to a given passage, see to it that the title is self-explanatory and related to the passage. So these are the 5 steps one needs to follow while solving comprehension passage. If we revise it, first, reading of the question to understand and analyzing the question. Second one is to underline the subject, the object, the verb and the important word. Third one, wherever you find the verb and the important word, that means in a particular line, answer is in the same line, one line before it or one line after it. To confuse you in the comprehension passages question, they may take the help of synonyms or a meanings. It means in a question a particular word is asked or particular word is given, while in the meanings, in terms of passage, a different word is used. If you are asked to write a title, see to it that the title is self-explanatory and related to the passage. That is all about the topic. Topic number 4, comprehension passages. Second topic, types of sentences, active voice and passive voice, direct indirect speech. First of all, if we speak about types of sentences, First of all, what is a sentence? A sentence can be defined as group of words which makes complete sense to the reader. There are four types of sentences. First one, a simple sentence. What is a simple sentence? If a sentence is having one subject, one predicate and one finite verb, it is called as a simple sentence. For example, if we take a sentence, I walk. Here in the sentence, I is the subject, walk is a predicate, and walk is a finite verb. Finite verb means the verb is giving a clear idea whether it is in simple present tense, simple past tense, or in simple future tense. So first of all, simple sentence having one subject, one predicate and one finite verb. Next, what is a complex sentence? A complex sentence is a sentence which has one main clause and one or more than one dependent clause. They are joined by subordinator. Complex sentence, it has one main clause and one or more than one dependent clause. They are joined by subordinators. Compound sentence. A compound sentence is made up of two or more independent clauses. It does not have a dependent clause and they are joined by coordinators. You know what are subordinators and coordinators. Coordinators, for example, and, but, or, not only but also, so, therefore, hence, etc. Subordinators, after, before, till, until, unless, etc. Next, complex compound sentence. A sentence which is a combination of complex sentence and a compound sentence is called as complex compound sentences. So if we revise it once, simple sentence, one subject, one predicate, one finite verb. Complex sentences, one main clause, one or more than one dependent clause joined by subordinator. We saw some examples of subordinator. For example, if, unless, after, before, because, though, although, etc. Compound sentences. It is made up of two or more main clauses and they are joined by coordinators. Coordinators like and, but, or, not only but also, so, therefore, etc. A mix of complex sentence and compound sentence is called as complex compound sentence. It may contain subordinators as well as coordinators. The next one is active and passive voice. You know, when the subject is active, it is called as active voice. If something is being done to the subject, it is called as passive voice. For example, Sachin plays cricket. Here the subject Sachin is active. So we can say it is active voice. If cricket is played by Sachin, here the subject comes at the last. So it becomes a passive voice. Here you will go through the various forms of questions, active and passive voice. They can ask the question in present tense, past tense and future tense. They can also ask the question in imperative form. Imperative is nothing means when the question is given in the form of order, request or advice. It can be interrogative question or an interrogative sentence, also exclamatory sentence. So, in active passive voice, you will go through the various sentences, that is sentences in present tense, sentences in past tense, sentence in future tense. Active and passive voice. Here the question can be in the form of present tense, past tense, future tense. There are several rules for the above sentences, present, past and future. Other than that, you also will go through imperative sentences, that is in the form of order, request or advice. Only the answer format is you are advised to, you are ordered to, you are requested to. Also, if the question is in interrogative form, the answer will also come in interrogative form. So active and passive voice, it is nothing but change the voice from active to passive or passive to active. Question that will come, it can come in the present, that is a sentence in present tense, past tense, future tense, sentence in imperative format or an interrogative one. Imperative that relates to order, request and advice, and interrogative where the sentence is in the form of question. If we speak about direct indirect speech, if we speak about direct and indirect speech, the question can come in 4 types. That is, 1, an assertive sentence. Assertive sentence is nothing but a simple sentence ending with full stop. Second is an exclamatory sentence having exclamatory mark. Third, an interrogative sentence having question mark. Imperative sentence, where the sentence is again in the form of order, request and advice. When two people speak, it is called as direct speech. Whatever communication takes place between the two, when the third one refers or when the third one is telling the same, it turns into an indirect speech. Basic rules you know, present tense will turn to past tense, the pronoun will change and the words will change. 3 basic rules to be followed: present tense to past tense, and if it is in past tense, had past participle form. Second one, that is, certain words will change. The question that they can ask, it can be in the form of assertive, it can be in the form of exclamatory sentence having exclamatory mark, it can be in the form of interrogative format having question mark, or imperative format where the question is in the form of order, request and advice. It is important for you all people to solve question 3, question 4 and question 5 of page 2.22 and 2.23. Already the solutions are given in the module. So if there is any doubt, you can refer the solutions there. In the previous in the previous foundation papers, they have normally asked direct to indirect speech and active voice and passive voice. The focus was not so much on types of sentences. So this is about topic types of sentences, active passive voice, direct indirect speech. I repeat one more time, it is important for the student to solve question 3, question 4 and question 5 of page 2.22 and page 2.23. The solutions are already given in the module of the above questions. So for any doubts, you can refer the solutions. Topic number 13, meetings. First one, that is define meetings. According to Business Dictionary, a meeting is defined as formal or informal deliberative assembly of individuals called to debate certain issues, problems and to take decisions. Meetings, as you know, it can be organizational, it can be operational. So first one is define meetings, which they can ask for 1 mark. That is, according to Business Dictionary, a meeting is defined as formal or informal deliberative assembly of individuals called to debate certain issues, problems and to take decisions. Meetings, they can be organizational or operational. Second question, the requisites for a meeting. 6 points are there. That is, first one, select the right participants. What all points are necessary for conducting the meeting? First one is select the right participants necessary for the meeting. Second is send information to all the participants. It is advisable to send information at least 2 to 3 days before the meeting so that the required participants can come with their information, their data. You also need to inform them about date, time, venue, names of the participants, the agenda. Third word, that is agenda. Agenda, you know, it is the framework on which the meeting stands. Agenda is the framework on which the meeting stands. In simple words, the entire meeting will be conducted as per the agenda. It tells us about the subject of the meeting, the speaker and the time allotted to each speaker. Fourth one, we need to appoint a facilitator. A facilitator is appointed so that the meeting reaches its logical conclusion. Next, one should arrive at clear conclusion and formulate next steps after the meeting. Sixth one should create opportunities for creativity and participation. In a meeting, only the senior management will speak and the junior management will listen. That should not that should not take place. That should be active participation from both the senior management as well as junior management. So here are the 6 points which are necessary. It can be asked as the question in the form of requisites for a meeting. 6 points. First, selecting the right participants. Second, send information to all the participants at least 2 to 3 days before the meeting so that they can come with the required information, or so that they can come with their information and data that is required for the meeting. One also needs to inform them about date, time, venue, names of the participants and agenda of the meeting. Agenda is nothing but the framework on which the meeting stands. It communicates about the subject of the meeting, the speaker and the time allotted to each speaker. Fourth one, facilitator. A facilitator is appointed so that the meeting reaches its logical conclusion. Fifth one should arrive at clear conclusion and formulate next steps after the meeting. Fifth one, or at the end of the meeting, the conclusion should be clear and formulation of next steps according to the meeting. Sixth one should create opportunities for creativity and participation. It means the meeting should not be top centric. There should be active participation from senior management as well as from the juniors. They should give their feedback. It will help to better teamwork. Next question, that is MOM. You know what is MOM? MOM is nothing but minutes of meeting. Minutes of meeting is nothing but instant written record of the meeting. I repeat, MOM. What is the full form? Minutes of meeting. It is nothing but the instant written record for the meeting, so that various participants don't have a different recollection of the meeting. There are several steps to be followed while writing minutes of meeting, which is given on page 13.4. You will go through it. The points that are given is pre-planning. Second, record taking at the meeting. Third, the minute writing process. Fourth, circulating the minutes of the meeting. And fifth, filing or storage of the meeting meeting minutes. So MOM, that is minutes of the meeting, it is nothing but instant written record of the meeting. It is necessary so that the various participants don't have a different recollection of the meeting. There are certain steps to be followed, which is given on the page 13.4. It covers pre-planning, record taking at the meeting, minute writing process, circulating or sharing minutes of the meeting, filing or storage of meeting minutes. The last one is ATR. ATR is nothing but action taken report. It should be submitted after a gap of 5 to 7 days or more after the meeting. It gives appropriate time for the action to be taken and the matter to be discussed in the form of report. They can ask this for 1 mark. So what is ATR? ATR is nothing but action taken report. It should be submitted after a gap of 5 to 7 days after the meeting. It gives appropriate time for action to be taken and the matter to be discussed in the form of report. So you will only refer this 4 questions perfectly, that is define meeting, requisites for a meeting covering 6 points, MOM, the steps involved while writing MOM, and fourth one is ATR, that is action taken report, to be submitted after 5 to 7 days or more after the meeting, giving appropriate time for the action to be taken and the matter to be discussed in the form of a report.